Okay, I'm back. I was going to call it a night, but then stumbled across another video about musette bag contents for US paratroopers on D-Day, which goes nicely with the one I just did from the US airborne collector, who must be from Essex. He has the same accent as everybody did around here except me, because I'm the foreigner. So let's see what this guy has. I know nothing apart from the content of the video. The title of the video and what it's about. So let's hit play and see what he says. Oh, let's make it big first. And off we go. Okay, reference guide. Good. Just his war movies. No idea who he is. Hopefully it's good.
Hey guys, I just thought I'd do this video for those of you who are wanting to pack your musette bag with authentic contents, or just those of you who are researching and are finding it hard to find out what the average US paratrooper put in his musette bag on the dead.
Yeah, it's a valid point. A lot of people ask me what goes in a musette bag. There's nothing out there except the lists in Michael Detrez's books that says exactly what should be in there. But even that, it doesn't go into a lot more detail than the items you have to have and not what you could have had.
D-Day jump. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of stuff here. A lot of them found out that they'd overloaded their musette bags, but too bad for them because they'd already jumped, so that's why they ditched a lot of their stuff. But I'm carrying
Again, lots of this speculation in the hobby. They overloaded it, it was too late, then they threw it all away. No, where is this coming from? This is just hearsay or just waffle.
There's heaps of stuff, and not all of it goes into my musette bag, but because it's personal, I just thought I'd show you anyway. So some things I don't have, and I'll mention those at the end of the video, but...
Jesus, is he on a boat or something? What's with the shaky camera for somebody who says war movies? This is... Oh, I'm going to get seasick watching this. But while I've paused it and moaning about the shaky camera work, the morale boxes were not around for the Normandy jump. These are a late war thing. The ones on the left, the ones on the right, however, these are plain cardboard with block text, those are the ones you want if you're going to do this.
I mean, all of the musette bag contents were pretty much personal preference by the paratroopers.
No,
okay.
no, they weren't. Michael Detrez's book on Carentan, there are, you can't see what it says, but, there are documents in there, and they list the following articles of clothing will be worn by all personnel. Each individual will carry in his haversack or bag field the following items of clothing and equipment. It's not all personal preference. Those items will be carried. This is what the official paperwork says. It's not all optional, guys. This is not true.
Okay, so the army wanted them to fight for 3 days relentlessly without getting resupplied. Which is pretty much what happened. Some of them got resupplied on D-Day, but some of them lasted a lot longer.
What? Some of them got resupplied on D-Day. Maybe a token few might have got something, but yeah, I think, again, this is waffle.
And so yeah, they picked them up with a whole load of sugar and chocolate and everything. So first of all, you would have been issued 9 days K rations.
Whoa. Did you hear that? They've got to fight for 3 days. Now they're going to carry 9 days worth of K rations. So 9 days worth of K rations would be 27 of those boxes. I mean, do they jump with a wheelbarrow to carry all this shit round in? 27 of those. I mean, you can fit one in each trouser pocket. You can just about fit them in the lower chest pockets if you don't want to close them. So that's 4. Well, how's the rest of them going? Yeah, this guy clearly doesn't... either he thinks or he's been told it's 9 days, or what he actually means is 9 boxes, because 9 boxes is 3 days. I think he's very confused on this.
Here's 2 days right here, but I've already explained I only carry 3 days, but this could have gone in your pockets or gas mask or something. You could have had early or late war.
No, did you hear that again? You could have early or late war. No, you can't. No. Technically, there's early, mid, and then late. Early and mid, they look almost identical. There's slight differences in the contents, the way the text is, but it's both a plain brown box with block black text. The morale boxes, they're just not available for Normandy. If you see them on anybody's impression, they're wrong. So it's not an option.
Once again, that was just by chance. So you'd have your 9 days K rations.
No, you would not have 9 days worth of K rations. In fact, Howland, does it even say in here? Let's have a quick look. I don't think it specifies how many days. Sorry, I'm sure this is really exciting viewing me reading lists. Oh no, come on, please say. Oh no. I thought it would say something. No, sorry guys, I can't. A quick one more page and then no, okay. No, I can't see where it says how many rations are supposed to be taken, but it's certainly not 9 days worth.
I carry my mess kit. I'm not sure if they did carry their mess kit.
My mouse button's going to get worn out. No, they did not carry a mess kit. They carry a spoon. I'm sure some guys probably could be bothered to pack the fork and the knife as well, but you can do everything with a spoon. You can eat soup with a spoon. You can cut things with a spoon. It's just an all-rounder. You can't do everything with just a knife or just a fork. You know, try and eat soup with a fork. See what happens. See how long it takes you. The mess tin is just too big. It's too bulky. If you want to use something as a mess tin, you can use the canteen cup. It's with your water bottle. It takes up no extra room, so there's no point discarding that. But the mess tin is too big. It takes up too much room.
To save room, but because I'm a reenactor, I have it anyway. I have my knife, fork.
I mean, I have these things. I own probably about 5 or 6 mess kits, but I don't carry them around because it's not right. You're talking about the musette bag contents of a paratrooper on D-Day, and then you're saying I have this because I'm a reenactor. What are you going with, fact or what you do? It's no.
And spoon. I've also heard something that they were only issued a spoon. I don't know why. But
come on! What do you mean you don't know why? Yeah, you have heard correct. They only jumped. Most of them only jump with just a spoon, because as I said, you can do everything with a spoon.
Once again, because I'm a reenactor, I've got the whole set. So
not an excuse.
That's your, your mess utensils. And then you would have a sweater or raincoat taking up the rest of your musette bag.
Oh, there was a key word in there. You would have a sweater or a raincoat. No, everybody had a raincoat. That's mentioned on several documents. You will have a raincoat, and of course you would. You've only got your M42 jacket, a shirt. You don't have any tenties, and no shelter quarter. You don't have a poncho because they're not available yet. You have a raincoat. That is your only thing to keep you dry. You have to have a raincoat. You can have a sweater, yeah, sure. In your musette bag, which makes sense for the contents of this video, but that looks burgundy maroon. Even the ones knitted by the Red Cross ladies, or the sort of women's institutes, the sort of organisations which supplied things like this, they would all gather together, knit a batch, send them off to the army to distribute. They would always be OD green or some form of green, possibly browns, but that's it's just a possible. I don't know for sure. I wouldn't have thought they'd ever make anything sort of burgundy maroon. I think he's just picked this up cheap from somewhere and is making excuses as to why he has it. I know that sounds really mean, but that's the feeling I get here.
I've just got a cheap sweater I got for $4 because I can afford a 5-button sweater, but postage and everything, whatever. So
why is this making excuses for things? This is a damn expensive hobby. Anybody in this knows that's a fact. Nobody expects everybody to have everything from day one. If you don't have something, just say, I haven't got one yet. I haven't found one that's the right price. I can't afford one yet. I will get one eventually. You don't need to make excuses.
Just a plain sweater, you could have had one of these, or a raincoat, or both.
Okay. It's too many ors there. Yes, you could have both. No, you couldn't have one or the other. You have to have a raincoat.
But yeah, it's quite likely that something like this, a non-issue sweater, could have been sent over from home, or you could have bought it at a PX in England or something. So it's a cheap way to fill up your musette bag, and you do kind of need
It's an incorrect way of filling up your musette bag.
it on those cold nights. So they would have had a sweater or a raincoat.
No, what's up with the or? I think we should ban him from saying the word or.
And then you would have your huck towel.
Yes.
You could have had a huck towel just for washing.
No, you not can have. You have to have. That is one of those items which is specifically mentioned. You will take a huck towel
And stuff. And then in the side pocket of my musette bag, I have just a D ration. I've got a few more of these, and I'll show you later. French currency.
Good.
And in the back pocket of your musette bag, you would have all your paper items, maps. Here I've got a D-Day letter.
Well, the average paratrooper wouldn't have had maps. He has no use for them. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's going to be told what he's doing. Maps were a thing for officers, squad leaders.
And you would also be carrying your TL-122 flashlight.
Again, did you hear that? You will be carrying, or you would be carrying. No, you wouldn't. The torches were a real luxury item. There was such a shortage of the supply, even right until the end of the war. These were something they could not seem to keep up with and get enough out there to everybody. In lots of the letters, you see requests for send me candles. It was a real common thing to be requested from home. Food, candles, stationery. Well, I think the top three. So it was if you managed to get one from a PX, you did really well. So hardly anybody had one of these. Yes, it's handy if you're a reenactor in the evenings. Like a greatcoat, these are great things to have, but they are the sort of things that the public should never see you with, because they're just not really correct.
A or B, most likely a B. And as
Why?
You can see,
Well, A's were around first, B came second. Why most likely a B? Again, waffle.
you would have, not necessarily, but a lot of the guys carried boxed ammunition.
Yeah, so he's spot on here. A lot of the guys did carry boxed ammunition. There's some pictures of Arbisher, I think his name was. He was a trooper in, I want to say 502. He might be 506. I think it's 502. And in his rigger pouch, he has 2 M1 carbine mags, but in between those is a box of M1 carbine rounds, and they fit perfect, because otherwise you're going to have 5 carbine mags in each pouch, and that's a lot of carbine mags. If he's got 3 rigger pouches, that's 15 mags. Where if he has the boxes of ammo, it's 6 mags and a hell of a lot more ammunition. And of course the mags can just be loaded up when I need to. They're not disposable. So yeah, that's a nice touch.
I've got 2 boxes of 20 round 30-06 there, and a Carlisle bandage.
I almost said wooden. Sorry, the cardboard Carlisle pouches would have been unusual at this time, although I think the change from the 1924 Carlisle pouch changed with the introduction of the cardboard ones, and I think it went from an M1942, but there was such a large stock of the other type, the metal type, and the 1924 Carlisle pouches, that it would have been unlikely that anybody took a cardboard one. Not impossible, just unlikely.
So, once again, personal preferences. They just loaded up with as much as they could before the jump, because they knew they'd need it. And I'm not saying this is exactly what they carried, because I can't get the point across enough. It was all personal preference.
Oh, no, it was not all personal preference. The list specifies you will have a wash kit, you will have a raincoat, you will have. Do you know what? Let's get the list. So let's have a look. Section B. Each individual will carry in his haversack or bag filled the following items of clothing and equipment: handkerchiefs 2, raincoat 1, toiletry articles. Doesn't specify what toiletry articles, but you will have toiletry articles. 1 can of insecticide, heat units for cooking, Haurzone tablets, 3 pairs of socks, 1 pair of socks protective, whatever those are, 1 Huck towel, and spoon. And then there's lots of things which are listed to be worn, which aren't really relevant, so we won't go into those now. So there are items which you have to have. This is not a personal preference thing.
And then you would have your personal items kit. So here's the personal items. Most of them would have carried right here. I've just got them all on a box just to secure them. But so
Okay.
pretty much another D ration because they were so loaded up. You have razor, so you got your shaving kit, you got shaving cream.
Yeah, all makes sense.
And your razor. And once again, personal preference, could have been a whole load of brands. You'd have foot powder, soap. You could even have toilet paper.
Yep, shit tickets are a common thing.
Spare batteries, those are just modern, but they actually work, so they're real.
But then in every K
and then
ration,
you have your toothpaste.
you'll have a packet of shit tickets. So
Obviously a toothbrush, a comb. You'd probably have a small mirror for washing and stuff like that. And then you'd be probably carrying a lot of gum in there. Obviously a lot more than that, but it just depends on what you could fit in.
But what? You could fit in thousands of those if you wanted to. No, but in every K ration, as you're taking 9 days worth, 27 boxes, you get a stick of that in every single K ration. You're not going to need loads of it.
So that would pretty much be your main personal items kit. You could also be carrying spare blades and matches and things like that.
Yeah, that's a valid point. There's no matches, there's no lighter.
And probably more cigarettes. Now, here's a couple of other things. They aren't actually my musette bag contents, but I thought I'd throw them in because this stuff goes in my jumpsuit pockets. But as you can see...
Well, the seasickness box you wouldn't have. They would have been passed around before they got on the plane, or as they boarded the plane, or as they were sat on the plane. You wouldn't get a whole box of them to yourself. Jesus, you'd be unconscious for half the war. And why would you keep it sealed? For what purpose? It would have been used and probably thrown on the floor of the plane or out the door.
So you got cigarettes, more D rations, lots of...
The charms are a nice touch. As the guy in the interview says, this is the it's not the tinfoil sort of wrappers. Sorry, foil, not tinfoil. It's the greaseproof paper style. So it's the early one. So that's nice.
This stuff could have been in the musette bag.
Not the tropical chocolate. Obviously, the word tropical. France and Germany are not known to be the most tropical of countries.
And I don't know, some of this stuff could have been in your pockets. It was all mixed and matched, but that's just how I have it. So I've got this stuff in my jumpsuit pockets, and the rest is in my musette bag. So things that I don't have a raincoat here, but not all of them would have had them.
You know I was about to pause it then, didn't you? Not all of them would have had a raincoat. What can I say? I think I've made the point enough that all of them had a raincoat.
You would have a cleaning kit. That's not a World War II one. That's just a modern one for reenacting.
Yeah, most of them took cleaning kits for their weapons. I mean, you get in the butt of the Garanda because all of them either had a Garanda or a carbine, with almost no exception, unless you have a specialty role. In the butt of the rifle, the Garand, you have your oil bottle, you have the flong and the string, you can get the small brush in there, you get in the pot of grease, you get a lot in there. So there isn't too much to put in those little vinyl bags, but then you do see them. There's that one paratrooper who has 2 of them. Is the picture in the 506 not in Carentan, or is it? It might be Marie de Mont. He's got 2 of them like taped to his 42 legs. What he's got in them, who knows? It could have been anything. Little waterproof vinyl bags, could have been useful for keeping your fags in. Anything really.
That could have gone anywhere. I've heard a lot of things. They just put it in their pockets and everything like that. You would also have 2 or 3 pairs of socks to go in your musette bag. You'd have a change of underwear.
Yep, 1.
And I've also seen that a lot of the guys had 2 or 3 handkerchiefs.
Yes.
But
see, there's so many things which are so wrong. And then all of a sudden you go, they had 3 pairs of socks, they had a pair of box shorts, they had 2 handkerchiefs. Well, yes, spot on, good.
So that was pretty standard issue. You probably should have that, but
yeah,
once again, personal preference.
Oh! No! It is not personal preference. You should have it.
So yeah, I just hope that helped out some of you guys. So you had your K rations, you'd have spare clothing, whatever it was, as much ammunition and everything as you could carry.
No, not as much ammunition as you could carry. Can you imagine if that was the rule? How would you fight if you could only just barely carry everything? And this obsession with TNT blocks. Where has this come from? Unless you're something like an engineer or a pathfinder, you did not carry vast amounts of TNT with you. But it seems like everybody wants them, and those are really appalling reproductions. I've got an original one in the cabinet behind me. Yes, obviously it's empty. Yeah, what are these ends? It looks like it's some sort of green foam. Yeah, they just need putting in the bin.
My TNT I carried in my GP ammo bag, so you just wanted it where it would be to good use to you. So you'd want all your candy and stuff on the outside for quick access, probably want your smokes on the outside, and then you'd have your personal items.
Waffle. Why would you want all your sweets and things on the outside? What happens if it rains? The whole lot's soggy and nasty.
So yeah, hope this helped. See you guys.
Wow. Well, compared to the other video by the US airborne collector guy, that was... wow. I feel that was 6 minutes 19 seconds of my life I won't get back. And you will have just wasted longer because now you're listening to me. I can assume, well, safely assume he is not a living historian. I wouldn't really say he's a reenactor. He's more like a promenader who has extra kit and hasn't done much research. But then he has the odd momentary glimpses of brilliance. Let's actually quickly see if he has any other videos and we can work out what he is. Jesse's War Movies. See, it's... what's this? Okay, so there is a... what the hell? Okay, so he makes films. Okay, well, let's see if we can get just what he's all about. Obviously high budget. Wow, blurry as anything. He's going black. So, if he's in a infantry rifle company, nobody had a Thompson. Those were withdrawn in 43. He is 506, of course he is, because like everybody is a 506 member. Oh, this is so blurry, it's awful. So lots of bullet effect, but nothing going through the air. Okay. So, okay, I think we can. Wait, he didn't even have 42 trousers on, did he? How's that guy wearing? Are they black trousers? Okay, I think we can gather from this that he's not a reenactor. He's more like somebody who makes low budget. I'm not saying low budget to be mean, but low budget sort of self-made films. So extra is not a key thing here. Well, it all makes sense as to what he has to what he's doing here.
Fire while we inflate that nest! Yes, sir!
So a 41 jacket and a
Move up on my
wooden
command.
30 cal.
Okay, Everett, follow me!
We've probably seen enough, but let's just jump forwards a bit just to see. I really don't have the patience or willpower to sit this out. Whoa, wait. Was that supposed to be firing then? With no belt? Okay. I'm sure anybody who knows anything about firearms knows that you need ammunition in your gun for it to work. Apparently not this one.
Fire team, move
Okay. This is all we need to know. That is by far more than enough. Okay. Right. Yeah. Fine. It is what it is. I seem to say that a lot about these videos. If you want real information, then go to that US World War II airborne collector guy. He knows what he's on about. He has an impressive selection of books. He has many of the same books that I have, and he retains the information and he says exactly what it should be. Doesn't throw in the words like you have to have these but it's all optional, or put or between everything where it should be one or the other, or you have to have one of the things. Not impressed. I'm gonna call it there and sign off, and I will do something else tomorrow, hopefully better than this one. Okay, that's all from me.